Hello, Sumitro.
Good
How are you
evening.
guys?
I'm
Good
fine. How are you?
evening.
All right. So, hello everyone. Today, on the occasion of it being a Pride Month, Mind Efficient has organized a live session with two of our speakers who themselves belong to the LGBTQIA plus community. And today they will be with us, shedding a light on their journey as well as the challenges they have faced. So, our first speaker, Sumitro, is he hails from Banaras but is currently residing in Nagpur. He is pursuing psychology from Chhattisgarh, Bhilai, and he has a keen interest in makeup and is a makeup artist. You can go and check out his page to look at all the amazing makeup work that he has done. And today, in fact, he has also been featured on the Humans official Humans of Bombay page. So he will be walking us through his journey. And our second speaker is Dr. Anand, who is a social worker as well as the president and the founder of the Sarathi Trust. It is an NGO that is based in Nagpur, and the NGO is aimed towards promoting and safeguarding the rights of those belonging to the LGBTQIA plus community. As the NGO has also worked towards creating several events and flash mobs, promoting the rights of those in the community, at the same time creating a safe space for them. And we also have a part of the NGO focusing on prevention of HIV and AIDS and promoting safe sexual practices amongst men and women who are part of the community. So we will learn more about what he does and all the amazing marches and the campaigns that he has conducted and led. So first off, we shall start with Somitro. So Somitro, could you please go ahead and give us a small introduction on about yourself?
Thank you for a warm welcome. I'm Soumitra Kajuri from I can say Bhilai, right? Because right now I live in Bhilai. I'm a psychology student. I'm pursuing my psychology. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology, and currently I'm in second year. And I'm also a makeup artist, and I'm a queer.
All right. Okay, so that's amazing. We are very happy to have you here with us today, Samitro. Just yesterday, we were talking about
Yeah.
how exhausting it can get for you to be a part of so many interviews and having to repeat the same thing all over again. But we are really privileged to have you on board with us today. And we are really looking forward to learning more about the community and your personal journey and life experiences. So, Mitra, starting off with something pretty simple. So, could you just walk us through how was your childhood and how has the journey been?
Uh, See, my childhood was pretty much normal as like any other child. I never felt different from others. It was always people around me, I would rather say, people around me, in the sense my classmates, my so-called friends, they were the ones who made me feel different because I never felt different from them. I always felt inclusive with them because I used to think that, yeah, I'm same. There's no difference between them and me. But they were the one I would rather say that who made me feel different, who just on the basis of my some feminine traits,
Hmm?
or maybe on the basis of some so-called societal norms. So I never felt different. Uh, and while I was growing up, as I was so used to that this different treatment. So while growing up during my teenage, during my adolescence, then I started feeling different because from my childhood, I was constantly said that no, you are not like other boys. You are not like other boys. I never got this concept of not like other boys.
Hmm.
Then, when your mind is not that much mature when you are at a very tender age. As you grow
Yeah.
up, as you get to know different things, as you learn, as you explore, you understand those different things. You recall those things, and you are like, oh, okay, this is what they meant. Maybe
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
is this is the thing which they were talking about then.
Yeah.
Because that time you are mature enough to understand these things. So while I was
Hmm.
growing up, while I was in my teenage, during the teenage period, during my adolescence,
Yeah.
then I gradually, when I was exploring myself, because
Yeah.
after attaining a certain age, we all explore ourselves. When I went
Yes.
out and when I got to know that, okay, I'm not alone in this, there's a whole community out
Hmm.
there, there's a whole world. So that time I got to know, okay, okay, maybe this is something which they were, which on, or this is something, or maybe on basis of which people treat me differently.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how then I went on exploring myself, and by God's grace, touch wood, I met some amazing people on in this journey, and I made some amazing friends who are like my family from the community, uh, because and with right now I'm not in Pune, but in Pune
Hmm.
there are many friends, and even now also, because majority of, not majority, most of my years of my life I lived in Maharashtra, in Nagpur, in Pune. So
Yeah.
there I made some amazing friends. Right now also, when I am so far from them, I'm in constant touch with them, and I would rather say, when I went out with them, when
Hmm.
uh, uh, when I started hanging out with them, then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't have to be ashamed of who I am. I
Yeah.
don't need to be scared because of my choices. This is me.
Yes.
This is completely me. If someone wants to talk with me, if someone wants to, uh, if someone wants to build any kind of friendship or any kind of relation with me, they have to accept me the way I am.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, this is how the journey went, and it's still going on.
That's beautiful, Samatra, and I really like how you were able to find others who could relate to you, and you could create that safe space for yourself. But one thing which I wanted to ask further would be that you often said, ki you always thought you didn't think of yourself to be any different than the others. It was always them who treated you that way. So, keeping that aside, I what I have heard about, and several other people with whom I've communicated in the community, they often tell me
Hmm.
that during the adolescence period, now adolescence is a very challenging phase for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a heterosexual or a homosexual, it's a challenging phase for everyone. So, and at that
Yeah.
phase, we have these internal conflicts, where, this entire identity crisis that, what do we like, and, what is it that we want to be? What is
You
it we
have your
don't
own
want to be?
shits going on.
Yeah, a lot of chaos. So, was there any signs or any internal conflict you were having at that time regarding your own sexuality?
Yes, yes, yes. Obviously, it's very normal. It's pretty natural. As you said, it doesn't matter that what your sexual preference is. It happens, I
Yeah.
think, irrespective of your choices, because
Yes.
that is, I think, because I think that's very scientific, because
Yeah.
adolescence is is a time period where many biological changes happen.
Happen.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, there is like sudden boost of hormones, like your body
Yeah.
changes, your body shows some changes. So I think during that time we all struggle with not only identity crisis, we all struggle with so many crises. We have
Yeah.
different things going on in our head.
Hmm.
We have so many crises, like first identity crisis, then we can say creativity crisis. We don't know
Hmm.
where to go, which stream to uh, select, which
Yeah.
path will be correct for us, where like what will be fruitful for us. We make so many mistakes. So that
Hmm.
time, and on top of that, people making me feel disgusted about myself. So it was a
Hmm.
like cherry on top. So that
Hmm.
pressure was a different thing.
Hmm.
Already I had my so many layers of tensions,
Yeah.
and on top of it,
Hmm.
people were like, "Okay, you are like this, you are like this." So that was like a like aag mein ghee wala
Another
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, adolescence during adolescence, I struggled a lot. I actually I would I would. speak honestly, uh,
Hmm.
I will speak honestly, I literally wasted like 2 years of my life because during these things only, because I wasn't able to figure out that what to do, where to go with, whom to talk, uh, you know, like so many things. There's a complete hush hush thing going on.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so I was so like busy in all these things. I had some fake people, toxic people, or
Yeah.
just name it, and I had. Yeah. So I had all of them in my life. So there were many people who were feeding me different things. I had some good
Hmm.
people who were guiding me through that phase. There were some toxic friends. There were some fake people with me during that time. So there were so many things. So I literally wasted 2 years of my life. So I don't want anybody else to do that. If someone of, I just wish that if I could go back in time, I would just erase those 2 years from my life. And if I see someone like of 18 years or 19 years in front of me, I would love to guide them because uh, because I know what it feels like after that phase. During that phase, you don't understand anything. During that phase,
Yeah.
everything is like, oh, I'm in a la la land. After
Hmm.
that phase, when that phase passes away, then you realize, oh, okay, this is what I've lost. This
Hmm.
shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So if someone of that age is going through no, that, if someone of that age is going through that phase in front of me, I would like to, I would love to guide that person. Ki, oh, no, you should not do this. Okay, it's so curse me right now. You won't
Hmm.
realize that why I'm telling you these things, but you
Hmm.
will realize it later because I had
Yeah.
no one when all these, all these, like, what term should I use? Which word? I don't know. When all these hodgepodge, hodgepodge, mushy things going on, I had no one.
Yeah.
Uh, I just, I battled it all alone.
Um,
After that, I made some friends who helped me to overcome that phase. But during that phase, I had no one.
hmm.
So if I see someone of 18, 19 years going through that phase, I would love to guide them. And I think, um, and I think, oh, he left.
Oh, that may be some kind of a glitch on his end.
Yeah,
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, you may go ahead. It's okay. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's why that's my only effort from my end, that just to guide people that they shouldn't see. It's not possible that we will not repeat any kind of mistake. We'll not do any kind of. At the end of the day, we all are humans. But
Hmm.
yeah, if someone is doing that in front of me, from my
Hmm.
end, my effort would be to guide them
Hmm.
by
No,
spreading
that is
awareness, by telling
absolutely.
them. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so I really like how, you were able to, recall those kind of moments and you giving we really appreciate you giving a very candid approach on it, that it wasn't all rosy and, like even now people have this
yeah,
perception that, the community, since there is so much of acceptance now, people have this perception that, oh, it's very rosy and it all just feels very good. But, I really love the real candid approach that
yeah.
it's not all rosy. There were a lot of struggles
Oh,
that you had to go through and overcome. So
yeah.
Samitra, you spoke about how you were alone in overcoming those struggles. You didn't have someone at that time to help you through it. But later on, you did meet your friends who helped help boost your confidence and help made it more comfortable. So who was like? Is there any particular person who was the first person to whom you were able to confide in about this, and how was that as an experience?
Okay. So actually, I can't name a particular person because at the
Mhm.
same time I was having many people.
Yeah.
So Shubham is here. He's one of them.
Okay.
Shubham, yeah, Shubham is very dear to my heart, very dear to me. Then, yeah, there are many. There is Dheer, there is Vineet, there is Bhakti, there is Shamli, there is Devyani. There are many people actually. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, there are many people, not only from the community, from my some my college, some of my college friends were also are also very supporting, very brutal and honest. That time I was like, oh, why she's behaving, why they are behaving like that. But now I see, okay, they were just not being sugar coated, which is very good thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, there are many people who guided me through that phase,
Okay. And how was the
who helped.
reaction to it?
Hmm. Who's my friends
Yeah. How did they react to it?
when I opened up to them, when I came out to
Yes.
them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, when I first told, I still remember when I first told my college friends, Bhakti, Devani, Shamli, all of them,
Hmm.
when I first told, spoke to them, they were like, I think we knew about you because we used to feel very different around you because when we are around the other guys, we feel differently, and when we are around you, we feel differently. So who we knew about you, their reaction was like that, and
Hmm.
yeah, and when I told my other friends, they were like, it doesn't matter, it doesn't really bothers us because we love you the person you are. Our friendship or our love doesn't depend on this ground that that who the person are you, or
Hmm.
on the basis of your identity.
Yeah.
Our friendship doesn't realize on that ground.
Yeah. That
Touch
is
wood, I
amazing to
made
know.
some very,
Yeah.
yeah, I made some very I don't have like many friends. I don't have many friends. I have like quality friends. Like I have a
Hmm.
handful of people, but I can count on them.
No, that's amazing because you need to have friends whom you can trust and who are supportive of you instead of ones who are, as you rightly said earlier, there were a lot of toxic people you
Yeah,
met on the way as well. So
yeah,
yeah,
because
of
when
course.
I was in college, during my first second year, I was in Pune.
Hmm.
When I was there, I had some friends, so-called friends, and uh, they were like before I opened up to them, they were like very good friends. We used
Hmm.
to hang out together, like very good college buddies. All of a
Yes.
sudden, when I came out as a gay man, all of a sudden I had no friends. Like they used to treat me like untouchable. And I was like, okay, like what is this? Just on the basis of my identity. I thought
Hmm.
that you guys would accept me, and some were like they were very sweet in front of me. Like,
Hmm.
okay, wow, we love you. It doesn't matter. And behind me, they were like, why is like that? Oh my God, these
Hmm.
people just saw it. Like, double faced hypocrites.
Double faced. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had those friends also.
Yeah. So it was a good thing
No,
that you were
I don't
able
call
to
them friends.
identify that.
I
Yeah.
yeah. I don't call them friends. I just call them an acquaintance. Jaan pehchan ke
Acquaintance.
log. Yeah. I just knew
That's
them.
amazing. Of course. नहीं जरूरत नहीं है. We don't need all that toxicity and negativity around us, of
Yeah.
course.
बहुत हो गया
What
वो
about your
अभी.
family though? मतलब, how did your family respond?
They were like they're super lazy, super bored, super chill out person. Because see, yeah, I am a very I am a very not very bit dramatic person. And
हाँ.
before opening up, because I was, while growing up, I used to watch lots of Bollywood movies. I'm a 90s kid, right? So yeah,
हाँ.
so Bollywood. So while I was thinking of opening up, coming out, I saw many documentaries on YouTube, like different movies like My Brother Nikhil and all those things, 90s
Uh-huh.
LGBTQ अलग movie.
Ah.
So, हाँ, so yeah, so I was going through some documentaries, some movies, and I also spoke to some of my friends. I got mixed reaction. They were Some were like some were like yeah, our parents are supporting and all. Some were like no
Hmm.
no, ours were like they disowned us. They don't talk to us nicely after that
Hmm.
incident.
Hmm.
And in some in documentaries also, majority of the documentaries are uh, like they disowned them, threw them, kicked them, like that.
Hmm.
So I was very scared because I'm not independent.
Yeah.
I was The constant thing is, if they kick me out, where will I go? Because I don't have money in my bank account also, so that I can go, my friend. So
Yeah.
then also because actually this thing happened. Actually, I also tricked them because because on the day when I got a call from official units of Bombay, they
Yeah.
said me that you need to send us a video saying that coming as a coming out video. So I was
Hmm.
like, okay, okay, okay. I said yes to them. And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I said yes to them, but I need someone who can shoot my video, who will
Yeah.
shoot my video of coming out. So if I
Ah.
speak to my, so I was like, if I come out in that video in front of my parents, they will ask me thousands of questions. Like, what kind
Hmm.
of video is this, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want
Huh.
that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, before this video comes, I need to tell them. Yeah.
Hmm.
So because I need someone to shoot that video.
Yeah.
So yeah. So because my parents are very conditional. So I was
Ah,
also
okay.
ki okay. So I was also ki okay. मुझे ये काम करा के लेना है. So I need to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day before, not day before, I think 2 days before that video came, I told them कि ऐसा ऐसा है. I am into guys. Into guys नहीं, ये इतना भी openly नहीं बोलते हैं. I was like कि, uh, I'm homosexual.
Hmm.
Uh, at first they were very blank. They continued what they were doing there. I think my mom was reading newspaper, my dad was doing something on his phone. And when I told them, they were like, hmm, like this. I was like कि इनको समझा भी कि नहीं. So after that, uh, I told them कि I'm homosexual. This means that I'm gay. Gay. So
Hmm.
they were like, then my mom stopped reading the newspaper. Then I was like, okay, अभी कुछ नहीं बम फूटने वाला है. So then she was like,
Hmm.
my parents were like, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. For us, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter who are you. Um, like the whether you are lesbian, whether you are gay, whether you are straight, it doesn't really matter. So
Yeah.
sorry, 5 minutes. The only thing matters is 5 minutes before also you were a kid, now also you are a kid. So that doesn't really matter. Yeah. And the literal thing that exactly remember the statement which they said अभी ये सब फालतू का बंद करो, रोना धोना, एंड
Yeah.
पढ़ाई पे फोकस करो, बिकॉज जो भी करना है करो, पहले पढ़ाई कंप्लीट करो, एजुकेशन पूरा करो, करियर पूरा करो, जब आगे पीछे कोई नहीं हो तब जो करना है करो. एंड आई वाज लाइक बस हो गया. This was my opening up, coming out. So boring.
So boring, so dry.
हाँ, सोच रहा है. I expected थोड़ा सा ज्यादा नहीं, कम से कम एक
Yeah.
दो दिन का तो चलता है ना. Yeah, but
So,
yeah,
so did
blessed.
you tell your
Touch.
yeah? Did you tell your parents that I was expecting a completely different reaction? Did you tell them?
One few days after,
Yeah.
few days after
Okay.
I told my mama actually. Yeah, mama,
Hmm.
matlab, I have seen so much, I've seen many people doing
Yeah.
so much drama and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such a lame reaction. So my mom was like, I have many other better things to do. Your father just came from office, and what do you expect? He is super tired after a whole day in office. He just came from his work, and you want us to do drama and all those tamasha for you. We have many other better things to do. I was like, okay, accept the fact that they are.
Yeah, I mean,
they are not
on the
going to, yeah.
positive side, yeah, on the positive side, at least we can just look at it this way, that at least the coming out part was comparatively easier and smoother for you. So that was a good thing
It's
for you.
smoother. It was very smoother. Like,
Very smooth.
कुछ निकला ही
I that I can understand. You see, even Anand sir is saying that you are very lucky, dear, because not
I
everyone
know,
gets
so
that kind of a reaction.
lucky,
Uh,
blessed, touch wood.
Absolutely, absolutely. So coming to the last part of it, Sumitra. So when Section 377 was unconstitutionalized, so where were you, and what was your reaction to it?
I was in Pune actually that year. I still remember the day.
Oh.
I think it was 2018, right? 2018. You
Yeah.
know, 2018
Mhm.
का I think which month? ये कुछ August September I think था. You know?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
I was in Pune. We partied hard. I was super sludged actually. That day when I came home means that time I used to live in PG, like in a
Huh.
flat
Okay.
all alone.
Yeah.
I partied hard because I still remember the day. I was in the middle of something. I was doing something. You know,
Hmm.
I was in Srinagar in Pune. So
Hmm.
that day I was doing something, it was evening time, and I was doing something else, like busy, busy in the middle of something, and
Yeah.
news came, and in our WhatsApp groups, all of a sudden, the WhatsApp groups are like the community group. It just all of a sudden
Yeah.
it started popping up like ting 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 ting, like continuously notification.
Hmm.
All of a sudden Instagram was many people were posting those messages, love is love, hashtag love wins, all those things. So when I open up, okay, chalo matlab abhi it's not illegal to be
Yeah.
gay in this country finally. So I still remember my friend, a very dear friend. He called me up and he was like कि कहाँ पे है? I was like कि घर पे हूँ अभी और कहाँ हूँ फ्लैट पे हूँ. He was like कि चल चल पार्टी करते हैं, चल. मैंने बोला नहीं. And I still remember I was like not broke but yeah it was I didn't have much money. So I was like कि नहीं है मेरे पास
Hmm.
पैसे नहीं. अरे he was like कि अरे एंट्री फ्री है चल कम्युनिटी की पार्टी है चल कब एंट्री फ्री है ऑल ऑफ
Oh,
लाइक हाँ एकदम से ऑर्गेनाइज हुई है एंट्री फ्री है चलो. लाइक एंट्री फ्री
अरे
है चलो
wow.
फिर कवर भी है ऊपर से.
Amazing. हाँ.
हाँ कवर भी था
Must.
ऊपर से उस पे लाइक 200 और 300 का कवर भी था. सो
अरे.
I partied hard and I was sludged.
Must have been such an amazing feeling, and you must have felt so relieved and such a celebratory mood, right?
Yeah. I had fun that
Absolutely.
day. Like,
That's good to hear. So we can just say, ki like afterwards, even though it was off to a rough start, eventually things have gotten maybe a bit easier as you found more people along the way, people who love you, who care about you, and who support you. And that is the most
yeah,
important thing, I suppose. Like, for everyone, irrespective of who you are and what your sexual preference is, just finding those who are supportive and understanding of you is like catching hold of a gem, I suppose, right?
yeah. That's I think one
Absolutely.
of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Samita, so that was amazing. Thank you so much for walking us through your journey. We shall now talk to Dr. Anand about the NGO that he has set up.
Thank you.
And yeah, you are free to stay if you wish to, or if you have to go somewhere, that's absolutely fine as well. So that is completely your call to make.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. It was
yeah.
amazing talking to you.
Thank you. We are very happy to have you on board, and thank you so much for taking out the time to do this.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye bye.
So hello, Dr. Anand. Uh, yeah, I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting for so long. The lives don't always go according to the entire, time to time, minute to minute. But we are really excited and looking forward to learning more about this amazing NGO that you have set up for the rights of the LGBTQIA plus community. So, sir, before we dive into that, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good evening, dear, and good evening to all, whoever is present there and not present here. So, what was the question? From where to start?
From introducing yourself, sir.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Dr. Anand Chandrani, and I'm a doctor in naturopathy, and I was practicing till 13 years, and then I stopped practicing because I entered full time into the social work, and I am gay. I think I'm the first person who came out in Nagpur as a gay, and the first person who came out in the media also. And
Oh.
it was 2009 when my first article came in the Times of India.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, like any other guys, I had seen lots of struggles in my life, and it's been now 17 years. We are working for LGBTQI plus community in Nagpur and Vidarbha region. So yeah, that's me.
So, sir, what inspired you to open up this NGO? And like as you said, you worked over there in naturopathy for so long, and then you decided to take social work up 100% as a full time. So, what inspired you to make that shift?
To be honest, I really had gone through many ups and downs in the life because of my sexuality. No, I don't want to say that I come across with lots of bullying or something like that. No, this was something internal. This was something within a family. This was something within a society around. Um, so that was a big struggle, and while I realized myself and the life was going on, I come across with love, boyfriend, breakups, uh,
Yeah.
total heartbreak up. Um, you know, I tried to commit a suicide when I was just 19. Well, so many things, so many. So like there was something in the heart that no, something is missing in the life. And the same point of time, I was working in Bombay, and I come across an organization called the Sarathi Trust, which is India's first organization. They started working for LGBT in
Yeah.
1994, and I came across to Sarathi Trust in 2000, yeah, sometime 2000, and I visited them, and in the first visit only, I realized that oh my God, what a wonderful work they are doing. And there was a thought came in my mind that okay, if this people can work in Mumbai, so why not in Nagpur? So I asked them that is it possible to start a branch in Nagpur? So they quickly replied, no, it's not possible because geographically Nagpur Bombay is quite far, and
Yeah.
their past experience was not good because they had started a branch in Goa and something went wrong. So they learned a lesson out of it that no, giving branch is not right. So they suggested me, why don't you start your own organization? We will support you. And that remained there in my mind for 2 3 years. And when I come back to Nagpur, because my mother was growing old and she requested me, now it's time to you to come back because I can't stay alone. So I come back in Nagpur 2002, and then after coming back, I finished my naturopathy because I was looking for a job, but I was in a hospitality industry, and salary structure in Mumbai and Nagpur is quite very different. There I
Very
used to get
different.
20,000 rupees a month, and here people were offering me 6 7,000 rupees a month. So I said no. Instead of that, let's complete my education, and I completed my naturopathy and started practicing. And I was by then I was in my 30s, so I had lots of friends and gay friends in Nagpur. So I started meeting them. Everything started, and then I started talking to my friends about my thoughts to start an organization in Nagpur, and we started discussing lots of meetings because that point of time in 2003 4, it was very difficult to form an organization in Nagpur, because Nagpur is very cultural city. We have a RSS headquarters in Nagpur and lot many
Yeah.
things. We have a very strong presence of Shiv Sena and Bajrang Dal and all. So we were like, little fear, like there was a fear in the heart that, oh, something wrong will go if we'll do something. But then there was
Yeah. Yeah.
this burning desire inside that no, fine, whatever. There should be something which will support the community, because we were experiencing lots of suicides around, lots of attempt of suicide, lots of bullying, lots of people, parents were throwing kids from their house, and out of fear. Kids were leaving the city, shifting to Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore after finishing their studies, because there were lots of marriage pressure on them.
Yeah.
Then finally, 2004, we decided, "Oh, whatever, now we have to start." And in the meanwhile, what happened is one of my best friend detected HIV positive. He got infected with HIV. And the whole group, we had around 75 gay friends in the group, and we all got scared. So we all went run for the HIV test, and luckily nobody was HIV positive. But then fear started. That, okay, now the one friend is infected, so we all will some or other day there's a chance. And the challenge started after that, because when you want to register an organization, you need minimum three people. Three,
Yeah.
5, 7, 9, 11, odd numbers, not even numbers. So I and one of my friends got agreed.
Yeah.
I and another friend called Pawan Nimborkar, he got agreed that okay, because when you want to register an organization, you need a documents. You need your address proof, ID proofs to submit in the charity commercial office. And
Yeah.
yeah, people were ready to support. They said it's a good work. So let's start it. But when it comes to giving or providing the documents, everybody would okay nahi. If we will provide the documents, then maybe a government letter will come to our home. Some official visit to our home, and our identity will be disclosed. And 2003, 4, 5, that time hardly anyone was ready to come out in the house, in the family.
Hmm.
So we struggled for almost 1.5 year, and finally, a friend Rajiv Rathi, he came forward and said, "Okay, I'm giving you my documents, but I will not able to give you time." And that time what we needed was a document, not a time. So we said we accepted the offer, and we proceed to start registering. And within a 3 months, we got registered, and slowly we found a small office thanks to the YMCA Young Men Christian Association of Nagpur, and that's where the journey began. Finally, in
And
2006.
wow, that seems like a really long journey that had a lot of ups and downs to go through. And I am really happy, sir, that you were persistent throughout. You had this burning passion, and you were like, I have to create this safe space for others. And you yourself having come to the verge of, committing suicide. It really shows how empathetic you were towards those others of the community, and how hard things must have been back then, because we are having the accepting and all started happening more and more after the section 377 was passed, but before that I can only imagine the amount of challenges and stereotypes you might have faced. So in a situation like that, being persistent and wanting to still staying driven to do this is impressive, and hats off to you.
Yeah,
And this
here
initiative is
I
very
want to
beautiful.
add one more thing that the I will give the whole credit to my mother. She when I came out to her in 1994, and she accepted me after a couple of questions, couple of queries, and finally she
Yes.
said, "Whatever you were talking, it's very technical for me. I don't understand all this. Are you happy?" I said, "I'm very happy," and the way she accepted me so easily, because she never been to school, she was illiterate. And then also she understood that she just wanted me to be happy. You are gay, you are bi, you are trans, whatever. If you are
Hmm.
happy, I'm happy. And she was, always there with me as a backbone. Without her
Hmm.
support, it was not possible to start an organization. So I always salute my
Hmm.
mother. That she always stood by me.
Wow, that is amazing. That is really, and that's actually very rare because like Soumitra just spoke about earlier, that there are so many documentaries, so many movies, so many shows. Not even those, in fact, we hear such kind of news every day that people are not treated well, they are not accepted by the family so quickly and all. So having the support of your mother was a really big thing, and I'm so happy that it led you to make this organization. So, sir, could you tell us more about what are the rights that you offer to the community, and what are the things that you think that the rights which you feel in general should be offered to the community?
See, we don't offer any rights, but we provide services. Rights are
Hmm.
given by the government or the we are just there to provide the services. So
Hmm.
we begin with because to start an organization you require money. You need a fund,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
right? So government that time was not supportive. Like forget the funding for the rights of the LGBT community or upliftment of the LGBT community. So we found the loophole. I will use the word loophole because that was the only way to get the fund.
Hmm.
See the dual mindset of the government that they don't support LGBT. They were not ready to scrap the amend the 377, but at the same time they were providing funds to create awareness for HIV and AIDS
Hmm. Hmm.
for MSM, men who have a sex with men and transgender community, not for the
Yeah.
LB, lesbian or bisexual, but men who have a sex with men. It's because it is MSM is a technical word because everybody don't realize they are homosexual, they don't accept it they are homosexual, but they indulge in the physical relationship with other men. So that is
Hmm.
a technical word. Men who have a sex with men and a transgender. Transgenders are always visible.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, because, but then there's also one procedure that every NGO should be 3 years old before they apply for the grant.
Okay.
So, for 3 years we struggled, we managed from our own pockets, all of three trustees. And
Hmm.
in 2008, we applied for the grant, and finally got a small grant from the government of India and the government of US. There was
Hmm.
Award Society, which was a bilateral project between Indian government and the US government.
Okay.
So we started with the target group of 300 people.
Wow.
Before that, see, getting funds is not easy. You have to do lots of background work. You have to
Hmm.
do a baseline study. You have to do a need assessment. Lot many things, technical things, which I
Yeah.
will not share here because it will take long time. So we did all that documentation, researches, and then we submitted the whole data to the funding agency, and we got a small grant in 2008 end,
Hmm.
and that too after almost 8 months follow-up.
Huh.
It's not that we applied and we instantly got the grant.
8 months. Like, that's a
Eight
lot
months.
of time. Got it.
Yeah. So we started, and in this funds, we managed to get the office on a rental basis. Till now, we were
Hmm.
paying from our own pockets. So we were given a small table space in YMC premises, and then when we got a fund, so they provided us with the one small room of place to where we can start our work.
Hmm.
And we were a little smart because next to us there was another organization working, and they had a huge hall, big around where you can accommodate 50, 60 people. That big place was that.
Hmm.
So what we
Wow.
did is that they were not efficiently able to work on computers, sending emails, drafting letters. We started helping them in that, and we become very friends with them, and we took the opportunity, and we requested that okay, you work till 6 o'clock, can we use your
Hmm.
place from 6 to 9? Because
Hmm. Hmm.
what happens is LGBT community is mostly available or visible in the evening hours,
Hmm.
when the little sun goes down, little dark, it started dark, no, That
Yeah.
time people are more visible. Then we started our outreach program. Outreach program is we started going to different cruising spots
Hmm.
where you can find the people, like-minded people.
Hmm.
And then we started the awareness program with them. First, we started interacting with them and trying to find out that what are their needs, what are
Hmm.
their risk behaviors, what are the knowledge, what is their knowledge about condom and other things, safe sex practices.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
according to that, we started providing the health services.
Yeah.
And this helped us in reaching out to media. This helped us to reaching out to police because there was one factor in the funding that we need to do advocacy with different stakeholders. So this
Hmm.
gave us an opportunity. So when we approached the police and the media,
Hmm.
we were asked to create awareness about MSM and transgender, but we played really smart and included all LGBT factor in it.
Ah,
Okay.
good call. Yeah.
So self-acceptance that we are homosexuals, we are working for the health rights of the homosexuals, but this is
Hmm.
a government-funded project. We have a proper ID card with us. So police was
Hmm.
also not able to harass us or my staff.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we had to play sometime little smart. So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
how we started, and then slowly counseling, how to use a proper condom, every 3 months regular medical checkup, every 6 months HIV
Yeah.
testing, and then slowly we realized that okay, there are other needs of the community like mental health counseling, family counseling, partner counseling. We started doing that simultaneously. We were working with media and police. Then slowly we entered in the government offices for different schemes which was provided by the government, and
Hmm.
uh, we organized many events in this duration, and now it's been 17 years. We organized hundreds of events in the 17 years, 4 pride marches, lots of media articles, lots of interviews, lots of advocacies, networking. Now I like we have 10 full-time staff, 25 part-time staff, and we are working in the whole Nagpur district now. And we are reaching out to 3,000 people in Nagpur, and we are providing the different services. And soon there's a plan that we are applying for it that so that we can start a short stay home for the LGBT community, because we have seen many people have been thrown out of the house. Many people
Hmm.
come from the other cities and they don't have a place to stay. So
Yeah.
it's in the process. It will take 1 or 2 years. I don't know exact time, but that's the
Hmm.
basic priority of the community. That last month when you are out of the house or any problem happens to you, you have a short place to stay where you can have 2 times meal and some short time courses like beauty parlor or whatever their interest. So we will try to help them to, after completing this 6 months course, they will be able to find some jobs, or maybe they
Yeah.
can start their own business. So this is in the pipeline.
Wow, wow. So this is incredible because I really like this plan, and I am really hoping to see the outcome once it is has been established in a year or two, as you say, because it's really important to for them to enhance their skills. So yeah, that's so great, and I can just see the amount of hard work you have put through since the beginning, because all the technicalities, all the legalities. I mean, हमको यार एक आधार का चेंज करने जाना पड़ता है. We have to go through so many different places, and we get so hassled up because of that. So I can only imagine how difficult and challenging it would have been for you to go ahead and put in so much of effort. And as we can see that when you're determined to do something, you work towards it with a great passion. And so coming towards the last segment of it. So what, like, you spoke about how things were back then, you when you came out in 94, and then by 2006 we had established the NGO and everything. So now later on, as I told you, once the section got unconstitutionalized, and now we see that there's a lot of awareness, a lot of acceptance all across the world. What are your thoughts on it? How do you feel that the generation and everyone else is reacting to it, and if any changes need to be made in the approach?
To be honest, for me, it's just a beginning.
Hmm.
Uh, Scrapping 377 is just a first step towards the victory. Now the real work starts. Now real work starts changing the mindset of the society, changing the mindset of the parents, neighbors, relatives, government officials, police department, lot many things to do. Normally in general people think that, like people tell me, now the 37 is gone, now 377 is gone, now so you're free, now what is the need to work for this issue, and you did your work, and you won, you achieved it. No, even after 377 have been scrapped or amended, um, you see very few people are coming out. Still there's a pressure on them for a marriage with opposite sex. Still there is discrimination in the workplace, in the college, in the school. We don't have a marriage equal rights. We don't have the rights to adopt a child. We can't even open a joint bank account with our partner. We don't get the joint insurance policy for our partner, health policy for our partner. See, if today I have a partner, we are together from last 8 years, but we cannot take each other's health decision. If he or I will be hospitalized one day and some major surgery is required, you need a partner's consent, because if I'm not in my senses, and decision should be taken. So spouse or parents takes the decision. Here my partner cannot take any decision. If I have some property, and if something happens to me, if I passes away, and I want to make a will that my property will belong to my partner, I can't do that. So lot many things is still there. First, we need to begin with changing people's mindset of the society, people around us. Yes, I will not say that there is no changes. There are changes. Youngsters like you are accepting it. I will tell you the recent story. Last week, one of the boy to whom I was counseling from last 2 years, finally he came out to the family after lots of struggle. But then mother had little still doubt. No, I want to take one consultation with psychiatrist. He visited with his mother to a psychiatrist in Dhantoli. I will not take the name of the doctor, but in Dhantoli. And the psychiatrist is telling his mother, if he wants, I can help him to change. A qualified psychiatrist is saying to a mother, what will mother think? What mother will get the impression? No, my son can change. Which is not true. But luckily what happened is I sent him with all preparation. I had given him some documents and asked him that if doctor says this now, give him this document. There is a memorandum signed by or a declaration signed by the Indian Psychiatrists Association, which claims homosexuality is not a disease. You can't cure it. Because it is not a disease. You can't cure it. There is no cure for it.
Of course.
So he furnished this. He furnished this letter to a doctor, and doctor looked at him, and then again I had taught him that what next to say. He said to doctor, give me the writing. If you say that you can cure me, give me the writing. Then I can think about it. Doctor said, I can't give you the writing. And the third thing, if you can change me from gay to heterosexual, can you turn yourself from heterosexual to gay? I had prepared him, and then doctor finally said, get lost. He thrown him out. These are the things we need to change. Lots of things are required.
Wow.
Even the elders, parents, when it comes to others' child, na, now so it's okay. Filmon mein dikhate hain, 377 chale gaya. Government policies are there now for transgenders and all. But when it comes to their own child, no. So there are few lucky whose parents are accepting them. Like accepted him, and he was expecting lots of drama at home, but he was sad. Oh, there's no drama. Arey, Baba, you're lucky. Forget the drama. They accepted you. That's more than enough. There are
More than enough.
people who suffers a lot. There's a lesbian girl in Nagpur. Finally, she left India and went to US without informing her parents. She kept her passport with me for 1 week, and she planned everything. She booked the ticket. She didn't inform anybody. Though I had taken a consent letter from her that she's an adult and she's going to US on her own wish. I'm not forcing her. The organization is not forcing her.
It's not
And she gave
possible.
me all that in writing. And for 8 days, she was not in my contact. She had switched off the phone because the family was forcing and torturing her so much. So yeah, problems are more difficult for the lesbian girls and bisexual women because gays are men. They can leave the house any look. For transgenders, they can join their own groups and start earning from there. Lesbian girls will face lots of problems. You know, lesbian girls are being raped by their own family members. आपने कभी पुरुष का संग देखा नहीं है, आपने कभी ये एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया है, तो दे I have one couple in Nagpur, lesbian couple. Ab to everything is okay in their family, but before few years, their own cousins who used to tie a rakhi on her hand, they raped her. Imagine a lesbian girl getting married due to family pressure. After marriage, the husband doesn't know her sexuality. A husband will ask for his rights, and this girl will be being raped for the whole of her life. How she goes through it, just imagine you are a girl here. And if a gay guy gets married to a girl, what is her fault in it? He himself will be not happy. He will not be able to keep her happy. The whole life will be spoiled just because what? लोग क्या कहेंगे? अरे कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. आज मैं out हूँ. It's been so many years. Still people talk about me. People, my own friends ask me that तुझे और कोई काम नहीं मिला? यही मिला था. तो कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. तो हम भी अपनी बात कहेंगे. हम इस दुनिया में आए हैं, जी रहे हैं और जिएंगे जैसे हम चाहते हैं अपनी शर्तों पे. आपको बात करनी है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो राम राम.
That's amazing. So that's actually very good.
आप जैसे मेडिटेशन लैब के जो ग्रुप हैं, आप लोग इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. रियली आई अप्रिशिएट. इस तरह के वर्कशॉप रेगुलरली होने चाहिए एंड समाज में बात पहुंचनी चाहिए आप जैसे लोगों के साथ.
Yeah, no, so because absolutely, because I really feel that, see, society, as you said, कि लोग तो कुछ कहेंगे ही, आप कुछ भी करो, and I feel like कि people need to realize this. Now, even if you're a heterosexual or if you're a homosexual, heterosexual maybe we see girls being forced to get married. So even they at a very earlier age, they have certain family pressures that come in and abhi shaadi kar lo. So I think that is a constant, and I think that as a society, people need to change their mentality as a whole and understand that sexual preference is not the problem here. The problem is here of that entire concept and girl hai to shadi kar deni hai. And once that change comes in, I think things will settle down. So thank you so much, sir, for opening our eyes and, giving us an insight on how things really are. Because most often, like you said, many people feel that just because 377, the section passed, people feel that, okay, now things are all rosy and good. But no, there's still a lot that needs to be worked on. And for those who are viewing today, especially the youngsters, since the future rests in our hand, I think it is up to us to make ourselves aware about what is actually happening and work towards promoting it rather than just thinking that, oh, it's all rosy. And just us accepting it is not enough. We need the entire society to accept it. and that requires a lot of work. And we can take inspiration from Dr. Anand today. He was persistent, he was hardworking, to the extent he started off with a target group of 300, and today he has an outreach for 3,000 people. So I think we are very much inspired by this, sir, and thank you so much for opening our eyes towards the reality of what the community goes through. So on the, ending it on a last note, is there any message that you have for those who are yet to come out or who are struggling to come out? Any message for them?
Yeah, see, I agree. Coming out is a process. It's not an overnight thing. Some people take 3 months, some people take 3 years. It all depends on the person, that when and how he or she feels that want to come out. So I will say, keep a patience. Like, say you had taken a time to realize yourself, maybe few years to realize and accept the fact that you are homosexual, you are LGBT. So now coming out process is another way, another step. So take the help of your best friend or somebody who's very close in the family, who understands you. Now to see, you have, like, at my time there was no literature, there were no organizations, there was no Google, no mobile phone. Now to you have everything a click away. But again, I will say that don't use Google much or WhatsApp much. Go through proper researches, consult a right psychiatrist, consult a counselor in organizations like Sarathi. There are almost 150 organizations across the India. Take the help of them, take their help to come out. So you have so many support, So slowly come out. Don't make a rush for it. Because for your parents also, it is not easy to accept it. When you yourself took such a long to accept yourself, even they need a time.
Sometime, yeah.
Sometime. You don't know how much exactly that time is.
Exactly.
And one more thing before I forget. Now there is a one parents support group in Mumbai, but they are available globally, because now it is everything easy to access. They have around 40 parents of 40 parents whose childs are homosexual, maybe gay, lesbian, and started counselor parents who are trying to get the help that how to accept my children, my child. So this group, the Swikar group is there. Counselors are there. Sarathi Trust and other organizations are there. Now, Dr. Surbhi and other Surbhi Mitra and other psychiatrists who are there to support. So take the help of these people, and one of your close, maybe a friend or relative or anybody who understands you, take the help from them and then come out.
Yeah. So that is really good, so enlightening us on, and especially the audience who are there with us today. It's really nice that today, luckily, we have so many organizations who are working towards it. In fact, the whole parent support group is a very beautiful initiative, because I can only imagine how difficult and how challenging it would be for the parents as well. So yeah, I do think that we should do our proper research and associate ourselves with certain organizations to help us out with the journey. So thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us on this entire thing and giving us a true insight on what are the challenges that are faced and how the journey is. So we'll just take a few questions from our audience. So if you have any questions, please send it in the comment right now, and we will have Dr. Anand answer it.
Yeah, before people ask questions, I'll say homosexuality is not a disease, but the homophobia is.
Wow, that is a powerful statement to end with, and I couldn't agree more with you. So yes, that is absolutely true, sir. And I am really unhappy about the whole psychiatrist situation. I mean, it was really an eye-opener as to how she felt that she could change. And I think that really needs to be, worked on, because it's so unfair and untrue. So yeah, a lot of work still needs to be done, I suppose.
Agree. Any questions?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think there are any questions as such. We have been very thorough with the entire process. You've answered it very well as to how the organization works and the effort it took to set up an organization. So thank you so much, sir, for being with us today, taking out the time to walk us through the journey and enlighten us on so many different things. We promise we promise to we'll be posting this live on our wall so that more people can hear this session and watch this session. And as someone who is a youngster, we aim towards promoting more of a safe space for everyone, which is quite inclusive. So thank you so much, sir, for being with us today. We
A
hope
pleasure,
to have
my
another
pleasure
session
being
with
here,
you soon.
for inviting me. And lastly, not the least, but lastly, I'll say, if you need any other youngsters from my organization who can come and speak, so we have a very enthusiastic and energetic team here called Nikun Joshi, who's a gay himself. There's a transgender activist, Aanchal Verma. She's a
Okay.
trans woman. There's a
Huh.
Dr. Bhavesh Jain, who's a trans man.
Hmm.
Vidya Kamble, she represents the Hijra community. So there are lots of youngsters. If a lesbian woman comes to Dr. Subi Mitra is there, she's very open, talks about it and accepts it. So see, this was about the organization. But if you want to take individual interviews of LGBT,
Hmm.
even we have
Hmm.
a bisexual couple also who will be able to talk to the youngsters. So if
Hmm.
it is possible for you on a regular interval, if you can cover these things also, so it will help more and more people. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Thank you so much for telling us that, and we'll certainly get in touch with you again so that we can connect to them and have them as our speakers here. So, thank you so much, sir. Please do share the photos of all the campaigns and the marches that you have held so that we will repost it on our wall along with the context of it being done by the Sarathi Trust.
Sure, sure,
So, keep
definitely.
up the good work, sir. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.